Hello friends, it's Lisa here from Thermomix Adventures, and guess what we're doing today? Some more recipes from the freezer. So I've defrosted today butter chicken. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Now you might already have a butter chicken recipe that you use and you love. Keep using it, okay? This is my simplified version that I have compiled a whole lot of different butter chicken recipes and made it just a couple of steps instead of a multitude of steps. And then obviously made it enough for two family size portions, for if it's just you and your other half, ready to go for when life gets crazy busy or maybe you're traveling. So let's use this up today. This is best made in your Thermomix, or of course if you don't have a Thermomix because you're on the road, in a saucepan or over a fire. Not necessarily an oven bake style. Couple of these recipes are the bake style, you've seen that, and they can be used alternatively, like either way. This one's better off in your Thermomix. So let's get open this butter chicken. My hands are a little bit slippery. It's hard to get into. Into the Thermomix we go, and just for interest's sake, let me tell you how much this sauce is. I love this. There's something about making something yourself that you could buy in a sachet in the supermarket, which is fine. If you have those times of life when, it's just, that's what you need to do, then that is okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at times. But this, to make it yourself, and I looked the other day in the supermarket aisle in the section with all the sachets, you can buy these, but I looked at the back of the packet and the list was a mile long of the ingredients. And I was like, oh, how cool is it that we can make it from real ingredients in our own kitchen. There you go, 530 grams. Okay, into the Thermomix. Yeah, I find it really satisfying. It's like when I do the cafe style food with you guys on the videos and I'm like, oh, instead of buying this, I made it. I don't know, I just really love it. Okay, in with now chicken breast today because it's what I had. Okay, so, but this doesn't have to be chicken. I've said it plenty of times. This is the, second last video. So you've heard it before. Lamb, beef, veggies, chicken, whatever you'd like, okay? Whatever your preference is. The veggies would be yummy. My family just at the moment are going through a rebellion on the veggies in their curries. They actually really like the curry style stuff with rice and a side of roast veggies. Anyway, that's okay. They still eat veggies, just differently. So I'm going to stir this through. And by the way, if you're not a hot person, this is not hot, okay? So it's mild would be what I'd categorize it, because my family, there's one of my little guys who will eat hot like dad, and the rest are like not interested, and no amount of coconut cream will change that. All right, this is the only recipe in the ebook that actually has butter in it, dairy in it. Everything else is dairy free. But how can you do butter sauce to turn into butter chicken without butter? We can. I talk about that, but it's not then butter flavored, right? Anyway, that's okay. I digress. Being chicken breast, we're only going to put 10 minutes on the timer. You do not want to shred this if you can help it, but you also want it cooked. So it's one of those things that you do have to babysit a little bit. Okay, not like a stovetop though. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can, avoid that shredding if you're worried about it. So say you just don't have the time to come back. So I'm going to do 10 minutes. I'm going to put it on then for 2 minutes after that, and then another 2 if I need it. Usually by that time, 14 minutes, it's done. But say you don't have that time, you could fry this off in a fry pan and then add the sauce to it to just heat the sauce up. That ensures that your chicken breast doesn't shred at all, right? It does dry it out a little bit because frying off in a fry pan has that naturalness to it where it will dry it a little bit on the outside. That would be the only way, unless the other thing you could do is maybe if you were doing something else in your Thermomix, you could pre-steam your chicken breast, and then you just bring your sauce up to the 100 degrees. You'd put your pre-steamed, pre-cooked strips of chicken breast in. Something I should have said, and it's probably a bit hard to tell now, is I kept them rather chunky. I kept them more like my thumb size rather than everything else was kind of a finger size where it was only like a centimeter. This is bigger chunky bits. And I kept them in long hunks where I could. So I kind of took the breast and I sliced it end to end like this. So they were longer bits. I want to give this the best chance. If I dice it like this, you've got no chance of that staying with texture. And maybe you like that. That's okay. All right. And if it does shred and you don't like it, send me a message. Lisa, it's shredded. How do I use this? Because things like, and I'll give you some suggestions now, putting them into pies, yum, okay? Or even like pastry triangles on sandwiches, you know, shredded chicken's a thing, right? So they're the sorts of things I'd be saying, hey, maybe reuse. And even if you don't use it all in one go, you can freeze this now. Like the sauce has been pre-frozen, but once it's cooked, you can then freeze it again with the meat in. So even if you don't eat it all in one go, you could freeze it in like little chunks ready for making like little pastry triangles and stuff like that. So nothing goes to waste when we have a Thermomix. So let's get on with this. 10 minutes, because I've got to come back and make sure it's okay. 100 degrees, reverse, slow stir, remember reverse, all these recipes, remember reverse, okay? We want to save our proteins or our veggies, same thing. So I'll come back in 10 minutes and I'll just show you what it looks like. I anticipate it will need more time, but I want to stir it, check it out, and make sure it's not shredding. So we'll see you then. Okay, it's just gone off. It's still 100 degrees inside. It got to the boil in that time. Obviously, if you end up using like the entire sauce mix in there and like a kilo of chicken, it's going to take longer on these steps. This is me just using the standard like pack that I had. And if you've got half size because you've made like this just to serve for you and your other half, 10 minutes is going to be too long. Do 7, okay? Now, having a look at this, it's not yet cooked. I can kind of tell by the texture on the outside. The outside of the chicken bits, it's cooked. You can look at that, and I'm just going to scrape some back. That's cooked. But see how it looks crackly? That tells me the inside's not cooked yet. If I got a piece out on the chopping board, you'll notice then that piece, it will be raw inside. So I'm just giving it a little stir, make sure everything's moving. I think there's a bit stuck down the blades there. Now you can see how runny that sauce has got. As soon as you heat it up, it kind of softens. Let's put it back on. Let's give it, oh, I made a mess, 2 more minutes before that temperature drops too much and it has to then work again to get it up to temperature. Let's go 2 minutes. Let's go 100 again. Always 100 on the reheat. Slow stir, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. I reckon I might need, just looking at that, maybe 2 more minutes. But we'll see you in 2 minutes time. I want to assess it. I don't want to shred it. So I'll see you then. Okay, let's have a look. How's it going in this 2 minute time? Oh, I took the spatula away. Done it. All right, let's grab a new spatula. A very old spatula that's half size now. Looking at that, that is looking really beautifully done. Now let me see if I've got a knife in the drawer. I've got a really large knife that might have to do it. Let's grab a little piece out. Well, actually not a little piece. You actually want a fatter piece, sorry. And what I'll do is I'll just see, this is the wrong knife for this job, isn't it? Let's bring it over here and let's just cut it in half and check that it is cooked through. Excuse the fingers. Look at that. Oh, it's warm. But yeah, cooked through. Happy with that. So that is what you're looking for when you are making it with breast. Okay? It's a little harder to tell with thigh. Thighs are brown meat. But with your breast, you're looking for something that is white the whole way through, side to side. If I cook that for another 2 minutes, you'll notice it's starting to pull, okay? Not preferable, but sometimes it happens. It's still going to be incredibly tasty. That is a beautiful, beautiful dish. So give this a go. Let me know what you think. But I hope you're finding value in these videos. I hope it's giving you some ideas about how you can make your life easier, or maybe easier for those around you. Maybe you know somebody who's just had babies and you want to send them something over that makes their life easier. You know, sending them a flat packed sauce where you can say, hey, just add your chicken, simmer it on the stove, like it's done. How cool is that? Anyway, enjoy these videos. Take care. Let me know any questions you've got. I'm here to help you get the most out of your Thermomix, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.